kilogram of carbon dioxide is a ball of this size. So imagine if you have a piece of chicken, so that produces about 20 kilograms of carbon dioxide. So 20 kilograms of carbon dioxide, because to produce one chicken, it costs you about 100 kilograms of carbon dioxide. So if you go there and take 20 kilograms of carbon dioxide is half of this place from there to there. We are filling up with carbon dioxide. If you go there and eat a piece of chicken, that means you are filling this much of carbon dioxide to the environment. So that is how much of carbon dioxide we produce. So based on that, we want to design our own tuk-tuk. We make the sleekest and the smartest and the most good-looking tuk-tuk. So today, whenever I drive the tuk-tuk all the time. So whenever I drive the tuk-tuk, it looks good. It looks good to the country. It looks good to the cities. And then it's sleek. And it also has, if you go there and compare with the Indian tuk-tuks and all the other tuk-tuks, we are the kind of smartest tuk-tuk. It also has the subframes, so it's the safest tuk-tuk in the world. And then also have a composite that is been, the whole body is made out of composite, so it doesn't get corroded. And you can actually fold the seats, and you can have a cargo, and you can carry about 400 to 450 kilograms. And then also you can lift the seats up, and you can actually use it as a passenger vehicle, and you can use it as dual as well. So the next thing is, if you go there and look at the turning circle, is about 4 meters, and the sedan turning circle is about 10.7 meters. And in a space of a sedan, you can put 2 tuk-tuks. And in space of a Jeep, you can put 3 tuk-tuks. So imagine that if you had every single person, instead of using a tuk-tuk or motorbike, if they use a car, we won't be able to move. So it's actually absolutely stupid for us to think that we are a developing nation by looking at the amount of cars. And if you have more cars, it means that you are the stupidest nation. Right? And if you go there and see like amount of motorbikes that go on the road, imagine they become vehicles, and the 4-wheel drive vehicles. I mean, you will be finished. This country will never be able to move. So we need to go there and appreciate the smaller, compact vehicles. And today, the whole world is looking at smaller, lighter, compact vehicles. So we actually put and pave the way to make one of the smartest and one of the most good-looking, the smaller vehicle in this country. So these things, I don't have that much of time to go ahead and make the videos, but So we designed the world's most powerful AGV right now with a 4-wheel drive, 4 motors, and it does about 120 kilometers per charge. So it has attachments. You can have a rear attachment as a trailer, and you can have these plowing machines and all that kind of stuff attached to it. So you can use it as a tractor right now. We're also working in a bus now, or conversions to start with. So about 300 kilometers range, and to have a 300 kilowatts back this thing. And that is what we've been working on right now. The next one is actually the tuk-tuk conversion. These are tuk-tuks, and the tuk-tuk conversion is on production. So you can go there tomorrow. You can take your whole tuk-tuk. We are converting it in 2 hours, and then we can get the re-registration done, and it will be available for you within 2 days. So very, very fast, and we will get it converted. And we are the only one in the world that has fast charges for tuk-tuk. So we can charge this one within about an hour. Half an hour charge will do about 75 kilometers. 1 hour charge will do 150 kilometers. So anybody who comes to the city, and they can charge it at home, and they can come to the fast charge and do about half an hour, and they can go there and do another 75 kilometers. It's the most practical. So I go from here to Kandy, up on the hills on the tuk-tuk. The journey takes me about 4.5 to 5 hours, including charging. On the way back, it takes me only about 3.5 hours or so. But if the police stop me, it's not an issue. But because I go about 65, 70 kilometers per hour, so I get stopped and they say, wow, this is a nice tuk-tuk, and they let me go. but theoretically, I can go about 75, 76 kilometers per hour. So this is, you can go into Pittalahandi, you can see the e-shift operation and happening right now. Any given time you can go there and do that. You have all the charges, every single thing is a one-stop shop. And the CDB gives you the loans as well. So you just go there, sign up for the lease, and it just converted, you buy a new tuk-tuk. So the next one is like we've been thinking like we're having 4.5 million motorbikes and nobody bothered to build a motorbike in this country. I grabbed the guys, I said like, why can't you make a motorbike? And we did about, nearly about 8-9 months, we built one of the most powerful motorbikes in Sri Lanka, including the chassis as well. So that's, we do about range of about 350 kilometers and you can charge in about 20 minutes and 350 kilometers. You can go anywhere with a single charge. And it has quite fast, it's 0 to 100 in about 6 seconds. And then also we have the conversion, so we do mini conversion and we also do the boat conversion. If you go to theater, you can see running boat all the time. This is fully converted boat. And we have not only the road motorbikes, but we also have the off-road motorbikes as well. So again, the chargers, we had one of the largest charging network in Sri Lanka and also in Georgia, and we also export to India as well. I mean, who do you think that we will export something to India? We are trying to export the tuk-tuks to China, and that is our whole vision. And then some of the chargers are the very first one is the only one in the world right now, 22 kilowatt DC charger for the tuk-tuk and motorbikes. And we do 75 kilowatt, 150 kilowatt, and we are now doing the 300 kilowatt charger as well. So it's rather very high spec chargers that people like Remax and then also Tesla is doing. So we will have 300 kilowatt charger from August onwards as well. And then all of them are interconnected, they are all IoTs connected. So these are our Indian counterparts and also we have Georgia and we have networks in Kenya and we are starting in UK and we'll be charging in the rest of the world as well. So we have one of the largest charging network. So one of the things that we need to understand in the charging industry, Sri Lanka cost us about $1.8 billion to pump the fuel to tuk-tuks. So if you go there and use everything electric, it's only going to cost us about $300 to $400 million. So we save about $1.2 to $1.4 billion by converting every tuk-tuk into become electric. And same goes to motorbikes. If you do that, we will still save about 1.4, 1.5 billion of foreign the money that goes out from the country. So totally, by having everything electric, we can save at least about $3 to $3.5 billion right here in Sri Lanka. So that is the very reason that we are pushing to make sure not only the carbon but also to save that amount of money right in Sri Lanka. Again, we design and develop so many different batteries, and then we are working in one of the leading battery manufacturers in the world. And then we are making most high-performance batteries, battery cells that is being manufactured in the world. So we can compete with people like BYD and Tesla and all that because we are working in similar battery cell manufacturing companies. So that is another advantage. So based on that, we can actually build the battery packs for any vehicle, any company, any car company in the world as well. And nextly, we designed, hold on a minute, lithium is going to run out. Let's start developing batteries. So these are quite important because this is under the minister's purview. And so the Qubits labs are research labs that we initiated in every single university in this country. So basically Moratu, Peradeniya, Japura, and also Slintech, and we really like to work with NSF and also with JADUS and all of them. So because we can do quite a lot together rather than working in isolation. So through that zinc bromide battery we've been developing for last 7 years. Last 7 years in Peradeniya University. And whenever we do a research, one of the things that we realize is like you do a research for about 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 years, you're never going to get any results. You're never going to make any products out of that. So somebody has to be there, patient and funding and funding and funding to make sure that you get a product out of it. So that is why we came up with this zinc bromide flow battery, and now it is actually in a pretty good state. And then we can actually have we do have a replacement battery for lithium.